look of it. I literally can't get enough of this game, so I'm going to be streaming it. In the last episode, we got kissed by Ryuki and ran away. So, yeah, that was fun. So we're gonna continue and see what happens. He also got a message from his grandmother telling him that his grandmother found the perfect fiance for him. And I'm not here for that, yo. Like, no, I have to be his fiance. He has to marry me. Me. I'm his true love. So, Chi, what should I do? Chi? When I got home, I couldn't even look at Clarice. I just crawled into bed. I pulled the blanket over my head and grabbed Chi tightly. My heart was still beating fast. It was pounding in my ears. I was in pain. What should I do now? I kissed Ryuki, didn't I? Technically, yes. I mean, I don't actually. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. But that wasn't all. Gil had confessed his feelings to me. That was a lot. Like, Gil confessing, and then Ryuki coming in and kissing me, and being like, don't go to him. Like, I'm not interested in Gil Ryuki. Chi! Chi's arms and legs jittered back and forth as if he was feeling my emotional pain. I buried my face in Chi's fur and sighed. Gil's confession was a complete surprise. But I had to admit that it didn't give me the kind of thrill I would have expected. It was nothing like Ryuki's kiss. That had overturned everything I thought I understood. In his case, I had no idea how to act the next time I saw him. Could I ever get used to it, or was I just going to be nervous every time I saw him from now on? I mean, you better get used to it quickly, or he's going to be engaged to someone else. Don't get hung up on the details. The point is, kissing makes me happy. Like, things are really getting serious. Getting serious. Why so serious? I knew for sure that Ryuki's kiss didn't feel careless or thoughtless. It was a kiss that wanted to take me away from everything. But now that I knew he liked me, maybe I felt even more nervous. Even though he was apparently a parasite, and even though he said he didn't see me as more than an acquaintance. This is not fair. When did he change? How am I supposed to know if he doesn't tell me? Go ask! After struggling for a bit, Chi got comfortable and quieted down. I buried my face in his soft fur and thought about everything for a while. You should definitely go see him, though. Like, seriously? Oh, poor Ryuki. Once I got home, I sat next to Kagura in a daze. My poor babies! All I could think about was the girl I just kissed. Suddenly, I got a text. I picked up my phone and saw it was a message from my grandmother. She said she'd come to Lost York on business and had met a woman with a truly exceptional beauty grade, the highest she'd ever seen. She said she was sure I'd love her. She said she'd be in Lost York next week for work, and she wanted to introduce me to her. So my grandmother wanted to see me. Nori Kasin, I forgot how to say their last name. The head of the Kayasin family and lead designer for Kayasai. Oh no. I'd be running from my grandmother for so long. I thought she'd tell me I had no chance as a designer. But I couldn't keep running, not from my grandmother and not from love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I don't want to keep going without her. I recalled the look on her face when she kissed me, and when her face turned red. I wondered how she felt about everything at this moment. Confused. Very confused. Does she really see me as a man? I mean, that's a safe assumption, I think. I felt like she was underestimating me just because I was young. I don't think she is anymore. Maybe beforehand, but, I mean, that's hard to say. No, it's not about underestimating. She doesn't see herself as a woman, and she doesn't look at others as men. I mean, honestly! She sees everyone as equal, so it's not fair for me to feel frustrated. She's not weary of guys, and it doesn't even occur to her that they might be in love with her. This is true. This is very true. Which is why Gil felt like she rejected him. Also why she suddenly ran after I kissed her. But that was so cute. I'm sorry, look, y'all. I love him, okay? I love him so much. I love Ryuki so much. I didn't expect her to run away, but that look of surprise on her face was so cute. She ran off, totally startled. I'm sure she didn't expect it at all. No, I didn't really either, actually. But she didn't actually mind it, right?
なかったよな。
I think she was more just confused. I wasn't sure. I had no idea. To be honest, I'd never cared about anyone else's feelings. Plenty of people have yelled at me or broken down in tears, but I didn't care, so whatever. Caring about other people's feelings kept you from getting to the top. That's what I always thought. But now I couldn't help but wonder about her feelings. What was she thinking right now?
僕のこと
Does she hate me?
嫌いになってないかな。
No, definitely no. As I thought about that, Kagura looked at me with worry. I bet you Kagura is gonna come get me. Kagura and her perfect beauty sport, but seriously, who was more beautiful than her? That's what I wanted to tell my grandmother, but I felt a ping in my stomach as soon as I imagined it. Stand up to your grandma! She might get mad at me, just like when I was... I don't think your grandma's gonna get mad at you, or I hope not. That'd be sad.
Ryuki?
You need to stop playing with such undisciplined children. Oh. These normal people may reduce your special vision. Just keep working hard on your designs. Wait, let me get this straight. She doesn't acknowledge him as a designer, but she didn't want him playing with normal kids because it might get in the way of him designing. You have so much to learn. You have no time to look elsewhere. Oh, that's really sad. Some childhood is sad. Then I remembered playing on a park playground. I was playing with the clothes grandmother had made me, but then she frowned at me. My dirty hands made her designs look bad, and my stained clothes made everything look awful. And all of the kids at the park had a beauty grade of less than 50. That must be why they all stopped coming back to the park. I never played with the kids my own age. I only ever talked to older designers about their jobs. In elementary school, I went straight to my grandmother's house to learn about design. And she was right. I couldn't waste a minute of time to become a proper designer. This whole time, I'd only focused on my own sense of style. Thinking about it, I was sure my grandmother wouldn't approve of her. I might think she was cute, but I was sure she didn't measure up to my grandmother's standards. So, I can't betray my own feelings. Ryuki, send it to your grandma! I love Casey, so... Okay! Determination! I stood up with a sense of resolve. Let's go! We gotta catch love! Oh, I'm so sleepy. As soon as I got to work, all I could do was yawn. Actually, I didn't sleep very well the night before. I couldn't stop thinking about Ryuki. I wondered what he thought when I ran away, and what he thought when he kissed me. Go on and kiss the girl. It was my first kiss, so I had no idea how to deal with it. Stop it, I have work to do. I chased up the memory of that moment and logged in to try and get some work done. But as soon as I did, I saw a message from the magazine editor nearly collapsed. But the photos from the Parasite house shoot had arrived. I glanced at the pictures. The Parasite 5, including the Cupid court president, dressed in Ryuki's clothes. Everyone looked so cool. I want to see! Rule, a sillywood actor, was as good as it gets, and the slender Alan looked good in any suit. But in my opinion, nobody looked better than Ryuki. He pushed his bangs to one side and looked at me without any fear in his eyes. My heart started pounding faster than ever. Ryuki, you're so cool. Maybe it was the suit, or maybe it was the makeup, but he looked more mature than ever. I looked at the photo for a while, then came back to myself. I have work to do. I need to reply to my other emails. The first thing I did was send photos to everyone else. Everyone else replied as soon as possible. Rule, Alan, Gil, Mr. Snail, and even Ryuki. I couldn't help but get a little nervous when I saw Ryuki's reply. Gil had already confessed his love to me, so why did I only care about Ryuki? Because you love him! Sorry, Gil. Gil was the loved one Parasite, and despite being the goddess of love, I always thought Clarice was his lost love. I was completely oblivious to Gil's feelings and Ryuki's feelings, for that matter. Why did I keep tying people's feelings together? That's pathetic. But that can't be right. I mean, I'm the real Cupid, right? Except you don't understand your own... How have you been spelling it? With one T? I mean, if you have, it's not that big a deal. Also, hi! Welcome in. Someone who exists to support other people's love shouldn't fall in love, right? So I removed the possibility from my mind. Aha! And there's your problem. Or at least that's what I meant to do. So why is my heart beating so loud? Because you're in love. Oh, dude, no, that's totally fine. It's pronounced that way, so, I mean, I didn't notice. I mean, it's pronounced Katie. I mean, some people do pronounce it Catty. Well, the majority of people pronounce it Katie, so if you spell it with one T, that's fine. I looked at the monitor again. Seeing Ryuki's face, my heart started beating even louder. I love romance so much! A few hours later, I was ready to leave work. Wait, is Ryuki gonna be waiting for us? God, I hope he's waiting for us. Jeez, I wasn't able to concentrate at all today. Thanks for the lurk, Wolf. I appreciate it. Chi! I grabbed Chi and used him to shock the stiffness out of him. You gotta stop using Chi like that. I had a pretty rough day, but I prepared to have a better day tomorrow. But as I left the office, I froze in place. He actually came. Go. The way my model froze. Kirby! How are you? Guys, look. He came for us. He came. Happy noises. Like, he's waiting. At least I might be a little presumptuous here. Thinking he's waiting for me. If he is. Happy noises. I am good! You've come into a fangirl fest. So, enjoy your stay. How's the move going? Because right outside the office, I saw Ryuki. Ryuki, what are you doing here? I just wanted to see you. Of course. They're both so awkward, and it's a total vibe. He approached me without hesitation and grabbed my arm. His grip was warm. I couldn't move. I looked into his face, which was so close to mine. I won't apologize for kissing you the other day. Oh. What I'm trying to say, Katie, is that I love you. Compassion. I know, it's so freaking cute. I love it. He blushed, but refused to look away from me. I know you don't really see me as a man, but all I ask is that you give me a chance. Finally, I moved in and our place in Texas. Still got a bit to do, like setting up the internet, but we're doing well. I'm slightly stressed, but I'm doing okay today. Today's a better day. I'm also struggling with depression because I'm slightly overwhelmed with things, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. I'm trying to stay positive. But I have some cool ideas for things that I want to try, and, starting, yeah, so, like, but y'all, look at, he actually did it, he confessed, and I'm so happy he did. Oh, bless, this was a good choice. A chance? I'd like to take you out, and I'd like you to consider the possibility. I mean, yeah, you can take me out, that's fine. But keep making me close. Like, that's, like, and cooking for me. Yeah, overall I'm doing well. Thankfully, it's been getting, I'm more on, like, the upturned bend, I would say, of that. I just sometimes bite off more than I can. The good thing about having high ambitions is I have a high ambitious drive, so I like to try to do things. The bad thing is sometimes when I can't do the things I really want to, I crash. A little bit. But it levels out. What emote is that? Is that like an egg or an onion? Oh, it's like an onion, right? I'm assuming it's an onion. I can't really tell on my computer screen. So, will you go on a date with me? Yes. Say yes. Say yes! Look, brah, you better let me say yes. I'll let you decide the details. I don't want to overwhelm you, but the earlier, the better. Ryuki hit me with an impatient gaze, as if something was pursuing him. It was clear that he really wanted to take me on a date, and he wanted me to see him as a man. If I took the first step here, there was no going back. Do I pull back, or do I go on? Ryuki wants to go on a date with me, do I? Yes, you want to go on a date with him! There's no other option! Like, homeboy can make clothes, and he knows how to cook? Like, it would be stupid to say no to that, like... If only it was this easy. Right? Simber, right? I can pray for you if you'd like. I just decided to live my life with Christ recently, and I want to do all that I can to help my brothers. Oh, that'd be awesome! Right? Like, oh my goodness, like... Bro, let me tell you, this man, not only is he a fashion designer, but, like, the man can cook. Like, there's no other way to look, bro, if anyone's gonna, like, worm their way into this bug's heart, they have to know how to cook. Thank you, Knight. Also, do you like to be called something else? My head was spinning. I couldn't tell if I was really in love or not. Okay. He nodded slightly and gave me a mature look. That's fine. Just let me know when you have a day off. Can I just hug? Can I hug you? Look, y'all. You know what I need? I need a Katybug plushie, and then I need a bunch of husbando plushies, so I can have Katybug hugging the different husbandos. Actually, this coming Monday. Perfect. I'll come pick you up. As if to lock it in, he gave me a warm squeeze, then let go. After that, he stared straight into my eyes and then turned around and took off. What am I supposed to do? Everything was happening so fast. I just stood there looking confused. Kiss, kiss, fall in love. Right? The smile makes it all worth it. I've got to get going. I'm going to my brother's best friend's SOS before they stop streaming for the day. Also, night, PK, whatever works. Just please don't call me late for dinner. Okay, I'm gonna call you PK. See you later. Bro, Soul Eater can get a remake. When will Oron... Wait, Soul Eater's getting a remake? What? Are you serious? It better be good. It better be good. Like, also, Oron doesn't need a remake. Oron High School Host Club needs a second season. Like, give it to me! Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. A second season of Oron. I stood like that until Chi wandered out from the back and we locked eyes. Oh, frick, I missed the title. At last, the day for my date with Ryuki arrived.
Ohayo.
Good morning. Good morning. Even as I got ready to leave, Ryuki was already waiting for me. I think it's Soul Eater. It's definitely a popular anime from around that time period. Unless Twitter lied to me, which, you know. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff about Black Butler. I haven't seen stuff about Soul Eater, but I'll look into it, because Soul Eater was one of the most, like, disappointing endings to an anime that I've seen. Granted, I will say, if it's Black Butler, I hope it's fake, because it's a downgrade. I'm sorry, but, like, you turned back, and I don't watch Black Butler, let me be clear. I've never seen Black Butler, but Sebastian's hot. So, like, I simp for him, kind of. Oh, I did simp for him. Anyways, like, the original Sebastian is, like, Chef's Kiss, right? And then they turned him into a shoujo anime. I'm like, it's not supposed to be a shoujo anime. It's supposed to be, like, this hot demon dude who, like, has a contract with a kid. And he doesn't look hot. He looks too pretty. And I'm like, no, stop making everyone so freaking pretty. Not everyone is into that sort of thing, okay? Oh, yeah, I've seen the first episode. It's a dark anime, and I don't handle all of those all that well. Like, I don't need, like, everything to look like a shoujo romance anime. Like, if you're gonna bring back that Black Butler, leave it in the original style. In my opinion. I recall all the times that he hit me with a facial spray. Oh, he doesn't have it on him today. Do I have a favorite anime? Oh, that is so hard to pick. At the moment, I don't. I would say probably Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia or the Sacrificial Princess and the Beast King. I don't know if I'm remembering that right. My old favorite anime when I was a kid was Inuyasha or Sailor Moon. And I would say I liked, some of my Otome games were anime, but I don't like the style. I'm too picky because of the artwork in the games are so pretty. Yeah, what about you? If I want a dark anime, I'll go watch. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that anime. What's it about? But surprisingly, he halted all his spray attacks. As I walked up to him, he just smiled at me. You look nice, as always. Okay, no, I did not always look nice to you, sir. Beastars? Monsters? What is Monster about? I know Beastars. About Camp is a joke, it's super wholesome slice of life anime. Oh! I may have looked into that. I need more slice of life animes in my life. Most of it's either action or romance. What? I wasn't ready for him to praise me. I touched my skin to cheek. I think that's supposed to say I touched my skin to check my own moisture level. I didn't do anything special, but what's with that weird look on your face? Come on, let's go. As a kid, look at anime was Naruto, now it's Assassination. I guess Assassination Classroom is good. But my emotion for anime is Pokemon. No, I'm not okay that they retired Ash. Okay, so here's my thing, I totally understand why they finally retired Ash as a character. Do I think Pokemon will be as successful without Ash in the anime? No. Because there were generations who were raised on Ash. Just like a lot of people, in my generation don't like Boruto. Because it would technically ruin Naruto. Naruto slapped as a kid. I need to watch the movies. I watched the first Naruto movie the other day. Okay, not the other day. It was a few months ago. For the first time, and I wasn't ready for those feels. Every other Pokemon, yeah, will be fine. Exactly. Because Ash wasn't the main protagonist in, other Pokemon. So, I don't know how to say that one, Wolf, and I don't know too much about it, actually. Let me make sure, let me lick the salt off my skin to make sure I'm not sweating. It's about a doctor who saved a little boy's life, but the boy later grew up to become a serial killer. The doctor blames himself and wants to stop the killer, but in the process he is suspected by the police to be the murderer, so he has to evade the police while trying to... Holy crap! That sounds like Dexter! See ya, PK! Have a good night! What, okay. I took his hand and we started to walk. I felt totally different from before. When we went on that weird fake date. Is he taking me to an amusement park? Yes! Although this bug can't really go on too many roller coasters, she will get sick. I still enjoy them! Then we came to the amusement park. We rode the teacup and the Ferris wheel. Okay, so this... Oh yeah, I love this game so much. It's like climbing the ranks up to one of my favorite VNs. I might be cheesy, but am I the only human who wants to be kissed on a Ferris wheel? Because yo, dream because of anime. Thank you, anime. We worked together thinking how we could conquer each ride. That being said, it wasn't that different from any other date. I enjoyed myself more and more, enjoying my time with Ryuki on each different ride. Where should we go next? Do you want to go on the roller coaster? I've been thinking about trying it for a while. That one? I don't mind, but are you sure? Yeah, I don't mind at all. Okay, then let's go! That's solid. Y'all want to hear a really cheesy story about when I was younger? We ran up to the roller coaster, but... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's kind of a climb, isn't it? I was a bit horrified by how tall it was. I couldn't even see the scenery around me, just a blue sky. Up, up, and away! So, when I was, like, 16, I was, in an online relationship. Me and this guy, met on a site, and we decided that we should date. I mean, and whatever, it's neither here nor there at this point. But, we would talk, like, all of the freaking time. And, like, my little, like, 16-year-old, like, heartthrob, romantic, like, human, I was at an amusement park, and I just needed to chill for a bit, because, like, there was so much going on. So I went on the Ferris wheel solo, and took a picture, and said, I wish you were here. Hey, Critter, how are you? Wait, Ryuki, take my hand, please. Even as I frantically reached for his hand, Ryuki burst into laughter. You're the one who said you wanted to ride this. Are you really that scared? I'm so glad! I'm okay. I'm having fun. This game is a blast. Despite his words, he smiled and took my hand. The warmth from his grip helped me calm down. But I can't stop it. But I can't help it. It's scary, period. I thought I'd be fine. I rode plenty of rides in college, but I had no idea it could go this high. Roller coasters can get pretty high. And just then, there was a loud sound and the coaster came to a stop. Then... Ah! The coaster rushed down and I couldn't stop myself from screaming. Oh man, I wanted a CG. That would have been fun. That was so scary. I feel like if I ever make a VN, there's gonna be way too many CGs and it's gonna get way too expensive. I had no idea you could make a voice like that. Anyway, your hair looks pretty remarkable. He chuckled and ruffled my hair. Oh, knock it off. I had it exactly how I like it. Well, the wind messed it up anyway. Sit down. I'll fix it for you. He looks so happy! My precious bean! He needs protecting. Yep. This one needs protecting. He made me sit down on a nearby bench, and then started playing with my hair. He combed my hair with his slender fingers, then braided it together in one group. He seemed really happy and didn't look down on me a single time. Before, if my hair was even a little messy, he'd look really mad, and if my skin was dry, he'd look completely disgusted. But now, even if my hair is super messy, he doesn't mind at all. He just fixes it with a smile on his face. Before now, he talked about how his beauty grade was everything. He looked at me with those gentle eyes of his, then touched my ears. I would squeak! It was a gesture that told me he liked me. My heart started thumping again. Who wouldn't get excited by being treated like this, especially if they already said how they feel? All that was left to decide was how I felt about it. Up till now, I wasn't sure what I was thinking. The kiss that day made everything hard to figure out. I'm almost out of water. Thank you, TK, for the hydrate. Up until now, I wasn't sure what I was thinking. The kiss that day had made everything hard to figure out. I wasn't able to look Ryuki in the eye, so I just looked down at his fingers. Then he reached out and touched my hair. Gonna be hunting some critters while watching streams, so won't be too chatty. No worries! Have fun hunting critters! I did it! Thank you! I looked up, and Ryuki looked back with a mature gaze. It completely enveloped me. Oh, those crepes look so good. Do you want to try one? I knew how health conscious Ryuki was, but I couldn't stop myself from asking. Most people would say how fatty and caloric crepes were. I braced myself, but Ryuki just smiled at me. It's okay, I want to try it myself. Which one do you want to try? Ryuki peered at the sign and looked at the menu with great interest. I've never had crepes before. It looks like there's a lot of choices, and some don't even have whipped cream. Are you sure this is okay? You don't want... If you don't want to, you don't have to. Huh? I thought you wanted to. Well, I mean, I like to. And I do too. I'd love to experience this with you. Oh? I looked at him and he stared back in embarrassment. Aww! I'm telling you, if it's good with you, it's good with me. I don't mind trying something like this once in a while. Hey, a treat every here and there isn't bad. He turned away as if he was embarrassed and looked at the sign. There was a time where he wouldn't do anything that he didn't like. But now he cared about what I liked. I could feel a stinging sensation in my chest. I think I'm going to try this sugar crepe. How about you? I was thinking about the strawberry crepe. Oh, yum! Oh, okay, go ahead and sit down at the bench over there. I'll bring it to you. But what if I want to wait in line with you? Without giving me a chance to step in, Ryuki put in the order and paid the bill. Maybe because of how his grandma raised him, Ryuki was a surprising gentleman. Oh, they're so good! Especially made with, like, fresh strawberries. Thank you. I felt my cheeks getting hot again. Feeling flustered, I sat down on a bench nearby. Huh? As Cupid, I knew all too well what my physical reaction meant. But for some reason, I was trying to fight the feeling. Was it because I knew that I actually was still Cupid? Still, why did Ryuki seem more cool than usual? Was it the way he was dressed, or just how he was acting? Either way, he seemed way more mature than normal. He was like a model human, stood straight and tall. I couldn't help but admire him from a distance. While I sat there in a daze, Ryuki returned with 2 crepes. Here you go. What's wrong? Why do you look like that? What does she look like? Huh? Look like what? Well, really cute, I guess. Because I'm thinking about you! Oops. What? That wasn't an answer at all, but he looked so happy that I couldn't say anything. Here you go, your strawberry crepe. Thanks! I took the crepe and took a bite without thinking. It was really fresh, and my eyes lit up at how delicious it was. So good! Oh, that's right, crepes are best when they're still warm. I looked over and saw Ryuki eating a crepe with great interest. I was glad to see he wasn't about to reject it. Really? That's awesome. My strawberry crepe is really good, too. You want to try it? When I offered it to him, he pulled back for a second, but then he nodded and... Okay. Smiling slightly, Ryuki took a bite out of my crepe. You're right, this is really good. What a nice smile. Actually, his smile was dazzling. It made me happy just to see it. Every time I saw him smile, it made my heart swell. I wondered why that was. Do you want to try some of mine? Absolutely! We sat next to each other and traded bites of our crepes. Instead of feeling embarrassed, I was filled with a calm, happy sensation. I wanted to see this happy face of his more and more, probably because he always seemed so angry up till now. Ryuki, a man who never opened up to anyone. I was so happy to spend time with him. After we finished our crepes, we kept sitting next to each other on our benches. Little by little, the color of the sky kept on changing. Eventually, the sun set and night fell. Ferris wheel kiss! Ferris wheel kiss! As the sky sparkled above me, I glanced over at Ryuki. I'd spent so much time with him, and I thought I knew everything about him, but suddenly I realized I didn't know anything. Hey, Ryuki, what made you fall in love with me? I hadn't intended to ask that, but it was already out before I could cover my mouth. He clearly heard me, and after thinking a few moments, he just smiled at me. You don't know? Huh? No, I mean, I haven't done anything for you, so... Right, the anime pose. He just sighed and stared at me as if he didn't know what to do with me. Even as a relationship advisor, you still think love has to be logical? Huh? No, that's not what I was about to tell him how I hadn't done anything to make him fall in love with me, but he put his finger on my lips. I don't really get it either. I just found myself so interested in you that I couldn't look at anything else. The things like how these games make my heart flutter. But isn't that what it's meant to be? It means to be in love? I guess so, but besides, you did so much for me, or have you forgotten? I did? I didn't remember any of that, so I just shrugged, and Ryuki replied with a wary smile. For one thing, you treated me like just like any other person. Most people either put me on a pedestal or shunned me completely, but you didn't do either. You didn't care that I was a Kaya-sen, or a designer, or anything else. I guess that's what made me happy more than anything else. He chuckled, then continued. You've never been afraid of me. You've always said exactly how you feel, and you didn't care when I said I could see people's colors. You remind me of how much I loved making women's clothes, and how nice it was to share dinner with someone. If I had to put it into words, that's it, but I feel like there's more to it than that. Ryuki stood up, took a step forward, and then turned around and smiled at me. Right now, you still look like a gradient between F4B3C2 and BCE2E8. That gradient, it's really pretty beautiful. Ryuki's eye for color was clearly so alive and well. It's like cotton candy. Oh, right. I love the voice actors in VNs. Like, yeah. It's like a cotton candy gradient. It goes, I'm pretty sure it goes into blue and pink, and it's so pretty. Excuse me. He still acted like a parasite sometimes, but he saw me as that beautiful color. Oh, you said that you wanted to ride that merry-go-round that night, at least once, right? Why don't we do that now? Okay. He took my hand, and I followed his lead. I was a little confused, but his back looked so big, I didn't mind following him. Oh man, I was hoping for a CG. We walked around the amusement park until they closed. Then we had dinner, and he walked me home. I'm getting hungry again, although I had a big dinner. Eventually, we found ourselves walking towards my house. The date was over, but I didn't want to say goodbye just yet, so I stopped before we got to my front door. Thank you for today, Ryuki. Right. He looked at me, and his mouth opened and closed, as if trying to say something again. The phrase he tried to say before, give me a chance, came back to me. I was sure he'd ask me again and again, but I didn't have the answer for him. I had fun today, without a doubt, but was that love? I wasn't sure. Was I in love? Did I love him? That was a huge question. If it was anyone else, I wouldn't mind dating casually, but I couldn't do that to him. Because I knew that Ryuki was thinking about me seriously. As I stood there lost in my own thought, Ryuki smiled at me sadly. Did I tell you? My grandmother called me the other day. Nope, you didn't tell me this. Your grandmother, you mean the one who taught you everything you know about design? Exactly, she told me she found the perfect wife for me. She wants to introduce me. Bruh, if you love him, you better figure it out quick. The perfect wife? The word shocked me, but Ryuki just nodded at me. My grandmother feels pretty strongly about it. She really wants me to marry this girl. Since I left Cupid Corp, I guess she thought I'd be alone forever if she didn't do anything. I know, right? But I told her no, because I love you. If I already have someone, why would I want to meet her? But that didn't work. She said I have to at least meet her before deciding. Take me with you! She said this girl has a perfect beauty grade, and I'd fall in love the second I met. Beauty grade. The concept is written directly into the Tenkaizen commandments. But as far as I'm concerned, you're the most beautiful woman in the world. Swoon! All the swooning happening over here. Excuse my voice cracking. Ryuki gently took my hand and looked me in the eye. If I'm going to marry anyone, I want it to be you, so obviously I'm going to say no. After a moment, Ryuki let his breath out all at once and set his face in determination. What I'm saying is, if you'll have me, I'd like to introduce you to my— Yes! Yeah. Okay, I'll say yes to this. He loves me, he wants to date me, he wants to marry me. That's what he was saying. Somehow I felt like I was skipping a step, but I quickly dismissed that thought. I can't say this is a leap of faith, because that's what Cupid is supposed to do. My Cupid Cupid's bow was meant to push people into love, to become lifelong companions. Meanwhile, living as human, I had to decide that love and marriage were completely separate. I'd fallen in love and still thought it was too soon to get married. Even though I knew better as Cupid, I'd been living as a human so long, I'd lost all of my godly perspective. Was it because I spent so much time around a regular human like Ryuki? Anyway, you don't have to give me your answer now. I don't mind waiting. I just want you to think about how you feel. If it's okay, you can meet me in front of the Cupid Court building on December 1st at midnight. Let's elope! In front of Cupid Court? Yeah, that's where we first met, so... His face was calm and relaxed. It was hard not to feel drawn in by that look. Ryuki, he'd given me until December 1st to figure out how I felt. But I'd heard so many things at once, I had no idea how I really felt. I was surprised to hear that Ryuki was thinking about getting married, and I'd lost so much of my intuition as a god. Okay, I'll think about everything till then. Thank you. I nodded awkwardly and then put Ryuki's hand on my cheek. Listen, can I kiss you again? I mean, my answer is yes, but I don't know what the character is gonna say. What? I was hit by another question that I had no idea how to answer, and I went completely stiff. Well, if you can't answer right away, I'm not going to hesitate. He pulled me close and put his lips on mine. Hey, Shrimp, how are you? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Look, they kissed! Yo, I'm so happy with this. Like, look how cute they look! The cat. It's a kitty cat. And she dance. She's kitty cat. She dance. I'm so happy with, them kissing right now. Like, can we just take a moment and appreciate this? Yeah? Cool. It's like, look at them! They're so freaking cute! Look. If I'm not anything else but a simp. Something's wrong. This is usually where their alarm wakes you up. Beep, 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 beep. Was I an effective alarm? I hope I was an effective alarm. I kissed Ryuki for the second time. I was so overwhelmed I could feel the heat gathering in my face. It wasn't anything like the kiss we shared last time. Also, I really like her outfit. Like, we don't get to see a lot of her outfits, so that's a really nice pattern on her. This one was gentle and loving, but it also conveyed a certain sadness. When he pulled me in, it didn't hurt at all. I could get away anytime I wanted to. But I didn't want to. Instead, I reached for his shoulders and pulled myself in closer. He put his hand around my waist and pulled me to him. There wasn't an inch of space between us. I could feel the beating of a heart, but whose heart it was, mine or Ryuki's? I found myself overflowing with joy as my eyes welled up with tears. Tori's voice rang through my head. Kissing makes me feel like things are getting serious. Does that mean I wasn't sure if I was nervous because I really liked him or because he was kissing me then and there. As Cupid, I couldn't believe I was so ignorant of all of this. I felt like I'd been neglecting my duties. Then again, I guess I was on the outside looking in. I could see other people's love, but I didn't know anything about it myself. Yeah, that's true. Eventually, Ryuki removed his lips from mine. He looked me square in the eyes, but I noticed a sense of regret. They were the eyes of someone in love. It was obvious he must really be in love with me. Could I give him the same look, looking at me? What did he see right now? Anyway, I'll be waiting for you. He let go of my hand and ran off into the darkness. Ryuki, the glamour parasite, who can see the colors within people and things. In a daze, I watched him go. Oh, I feel like I'm bigger. Hold on. A little smaller. There we go. I'm home. When I got home, I eventually was drinking alone. Oh, welcome home. I didn't expect you to get back so soon. Yeah, well, I figured you'd be staying over with someone. Want a drink? Sure. As I sat down, Clarice poured a glass of white wine for me. I prefer sweet wines. Here you go. Thanks. I clinked Clarice's glass and gave a small cheer. Then I took a sip and felt a little more calm. Clarice gave me a knowing look, but didn't say anything. We both continued to sip our drinks in silence. The night went on like that, without a word between us. I feel like you should talk to your best friend about this. Like, ask her for advice. I love the music in this game. As soon as I got home, I grabbed the first pen I could find. Designed a single outfit for one specific person. Is he designing my wedding dress? Yep. Oh, I'm here for this! That's fair. I usually drink really fruity drinks like, margaritas, or like my favorite drink of all time is a mudslide. A mudslide made right. I know! I really want to use his home as an inspiration for a background design. For a background. It's so pretty! A wedding dress. Thin silhouette would suit her best. I'm sure. It keeps the hem even the whole way around. I couldn't explain why, but I felt like some invisible force was making me design a wedding dress for her. Just imagining her, and it made my hand move faster and faster. I could feel the blood coursing through my body as the idea kept flowing into me. I could put this here and add lace roses. Oh my goodness, this sounds gorgeous! I could add an original chemical lace to the veil, and then a bow across the waist. I had no idea if she'd like my design. More than that, I had no idea if she'd like me. But this was all I had to offer. After all, I'm a designer. Bro, like, he can cook and make clothes, and he's designing my wedding dress. Like, if I'm going to propose to her, I need a dress made especially for her. Once the design is finalized, I can put the pattern together and sew it all together myself. I think I see why my little sister says I play too many novels. I don't want anyone else's hands to touch it. From cutting the original fabric to adding the last stitch, I want to do it all. I was in such a hurry, I couldn't have stopped my hand if I wanted to. I couldn't wait to get it all done. I was making a dress for the woman I loved. My heart was pounding in my ears. My entire body was burning up. I felt alive. I was so truly, fully happy, just like when I first started designing clothes as a kid. I felt the validity of all throughout my body. Mentality, I think. Okay, a lot? A lot. Cause, I used to play I started, December 1st. Oh, we get to see it! I'm still getting through this today. At least this part, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hakaoki, Hakaoki, Hakaoki. 11, 12. Maybe like 8. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you, Cyber, because like, are we counting mobile games? Like, okay, that's the question. If we're counting mobile games or just console? Because, like, I've played a lot of mobile Otome games, so that's how I got into this. A few days after the date with Ryuki. I hope Ryuki's doing okay. He was all I could think about. If we're talking just console, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 7 console ones. But I have like 10 or 12 console ones. I just haven't played them. If we're talking mobile games, oh hell. There was all the Shall We Date games, except maybe like 2, and that was a lot. I'll think back to you about the mobile ones, cause I played a lot. I hadn't seen him since that day. In fact, I hadn't even called him. I doubted I'd hear from him until that day, December 1st, but I couldn't stop myself from checking the phone. All I could think about was if he would reach out to me. Up until now, we've been talking back and forth so often. No, he's making you a wedding dress. You're not going to hear from him. This was the first time I'd gone so long without seeing each other in quite a while. What are Flash dating sims? Dragon. As I walked home from work, he was all I could think about. Chi. Yeah, there's a couple that I have that I know are really sad. So I'm avoiding playing those. They're on my Vita. I can repurchase them on Steam and play them there, but if I'm gonna do it that way, I'm gonna frickin' wait for them to go on sale. Like, okay. I have played a couple over-the-top funny ones. I'm currently playing, Gary the Good Boy and I started one that we never finished. I played, a furry one. That was pretty funny, actually. We did not get the date in that one. See me walk around in a daze. She tilted his head at me curiously. I spotted some face mist in a window display, and even that was enough to make my heart ache sweetly. It's the same face mist that Ryuki uses. He'd sprayed me with it so many times, how could I forget? At first, I thought it was so annoying. I wondered when I stopped hating it. Why can't I stop thinking about him? Why am I so concerned? Ryuki, have you been eating properly? Seriously, I didn't understand why I was so worried about him. Oh, she's kind of getting annoying. But I couldn't stop thinking about how I didn't want to leave his side. I knew just how lonely he really was. He could only see others based on their colors, which isolated him from everyone around him. In the beginning, I probably just felt pity for him, but at some point that all changed. Yep. I recalled the feeling of that kiss, and my heart started beating faster. That was the moment that I first started seeing him as a man. His strong hands, his kind eyes, I wanted to see him again so much. There could only be one reason why I was worried about him so much, why I missed him. But I was Cupid. My upbringing, my sense of purpose, that was the one thing holding me back. But when I got home, the last feeling of restraint disappeared. Why? What changed? Hey, welcome home. I made us dinner. Thanks. I tossed down my bag, washed my hands, and went to the dinner table. When I saw what was there, my entire body stiffened. There on the table was a spread of Japanese food. I heard that Japanese food is great for maintaining your beauty, and they were running a sale at the supermarket today. There's even natto. Natto, the moment I saw that, tears started rolling up in my eyes. Oh no, she's gonna cry! Huh? Hey, why are you crying? Because there's natto. Huh? This was more serious than I thought. I was crying because just seeing the natto made me think of Ryuki. I wanted to see him. I hated the fact that I wasn't with him right now, at this moment. I didn't want him to even meet his fiancée. He's not engaged yet. I want to be with him forever. I already knew the answer. All I had to do was admit the truth to myself. My word, things must be really serious. Well, come on, let's dig in before it gets cold. Okay, Clarice laid out everything on the table. Miso soup, natto, the rest of the food was the same as always. The natto almost seemed out of place compared to everything else. Let's eat. I took a bite of natto, but Bread and natto didn't go together at all. You know what sounds really good? Banana bread pudding. December 1st. I made up my mind and headed to the meeting spot to see Ryuki. I guess I got here a little early. He said midnight, right? It's too bright outside to be midnight. I looked at my watch and saw that, in fact, I was a full hour early. I felt like Gil. Oh, I'm so nervous. I wonder how Ryuki would feel when he saw me here. Would he be happy? I waited there, stealing occasional glances at my watch, when suddenly someone emerged from Cupid Corp and ran toward me. It was a photographer from the Parasite 5 magazine spread. Oh, thank goodness, there you are. I heard you took the day off, so I was just about to head to your house. Huh? As I turned my head, he gripped my arm tightly. You have to come with me. Today's the only day the wedding hall is free, but my model just canceled on me. Wait, no, You're in charge of this project, right? Come on, it's only to take a second. Oh no. December 1st. I was in a taxi alone with my giant case on my way to Cupid Corp. It was 10 minutes before the meeting. I stood in front of Cupid Corp, case in hand. She's not here yet. I wonder if she'll even come. Oh no, I hope there's not a misunderstanding. I would literally cry. My heart started to pound nervously. She wasn't coming. No, there's still time. I can't expect her to show up so early. The minutes ticked by slowly, but eventually the time came. I looked at my watch, then up to the sky. It was 5 minutes past the meeting time. How many times had she told us we should never be late to meet up? And yet she wasn't there, which meant... No! No! Just then I heard the sound of footsteps. Someone from the color. A deep red, like the very last moment of the setting sun, or blood. Oh, are you the guy she's supposed to be meeting up with? Who are you? What, you don't remember me? I was there the day Katie was put in charge of Parasite 5. Katie, just hearing her name nearly made me lose my cool. Katie. Actually, she's at the wedding hall right now. Decked out in a wedding dress. I'll call her right now. Wedding hall dress? Why would she? No, it couldn't be. Oh no, he's saying she's gonna be getting married! Drama! Hey, just a second. She wanted me to give you a message. I could hear C9171E shouting at me, but I wasn't listening. I just let my feet carry me. She's getting married? No! I hated the idea of her choosing anyone else but me. I had to hurry. I mean, are you gonna take the wedding dress with you? Because I really want to see this dress. Stop the wedding! Huh? What? Huh? I stormed into the room. Sure enough, there she was in her wedding dress, but there wasn't a groom in sight. In his place was a photographer. Seeing the stunned look on their faces, I realized I had completely misunderstood the situation. I object, Your Honor! I object to this wedding! You cannot get married because you're not marrying me, and the only person you are allowed to marry is me, I say. Good sir, or ma'am in this case. Good ma'am, all you can marry is me, and I even made you a wedding dress. How dare you get married without me? But seriously, did he bring the wedding dress with? Because I really want to see. He's in a suit! Oh my god, he's in a suit! He's in a suit! Look at, he's in a suit! He's in a suit. Like, he's in a suit! Oh my, I'm so happy. Like, it looks so good, okay? Like, yum. Ryuki burst in and shouted at us, causing me to drop my ringing phone. I know, but isn't it so cool? Like, I'm not usually a huge pattern person. I don't like clashing patterns, but for some odd reason, on this man, I'm okay with it. The photographer model had canceled, so he grabbed me and tossed me into this photo shoot. He shoved me into the wedding dress, slapped makeup on me, and started snapping away. He said it would only take half an hour, but then refused to let me go when the time was up. I sent him an email, but he didn't reply, so I tried calling, but he never picked up. I even asked Clarice to help me out. Why are you dressed like that? Ryuki, I'm so sorry. His model didn't show up, so I had to take her place. I've been trying to call you, and I asked Clarice to find you and tell you what was going on, but... Thank you for contributing, Wolf! What? Ryuki put the large case he was holding down on the ground and pulled out his phone. Yeah, Ray, thank you very much for subscribing at Tier 1 for 26 months! I appreciate it. It's true. He looked at me, then back at his phone. His face slowly went from confused to annoyed. I was carrying my case. How was I supposed to check my phone? I'm really sorry, Yuki. No, it's fine. If you went to the meeting place, that means you chose me. Yeah, I went an hour early, sir. I did. Actually, I showed up an hour early, which is what got me into this mess in the first place. An hour early? After a moment of stunned silence, Ryuki burst out laughing. It felt like a flower in bloom. That's okay, then. I've never seen Ryuki so obviously happy. Seeing him like that made me happy, too. But then his smile vanished, and he looked me over with those cold, calculating eyes. What's with that dress, by the way? Huh? Oh, this is, one of our in-house dresses. The magazine wants to do a piece on Cupid Corp too, so they needed some photos. Seriously? But it doesn't suit you at all. The dress is terrible. Negative 100 million points. Oh wow, harsh. What? But they said this was the most popular dress here. Okay, just because it's the most popular dress doesn't mean it's gonna look good on everyone. Different body shapes look good in different dresses. What's so great about it? If it's really that popular, everyone in this city must be completely blind. A photo of you will not run next to a shot of my clothes. I will not allow it. Ryuki bent down to the case he put down earlier and opened it. I brought a dress I made specifically for you. Put it on. I know, right? He is so brutal. This is... Inside the case was a pure white wedding dress. It sparkled like the light streaming in through the window. You made this yourself? Who else could have? What? Then this is the world's first Ryuki wedding dress? Haven't you been listening? Great, then let's get some shots with this. Huh? What? Ryuki announcing the start of his bridal collection for a Parasite 5-piece would really put it over the top. No, I'm not starting. Come on, guys. Can we get going here? We're losing the light. That's right, the editor wanted the photos to have a nice, bright daytime feel. The wedding hall was reserved for the rest of the month, so we had to finish shooting before the sun went down. I guess there's no choice. Grandmothers won't get here until later this evening, so there's still time. I'll keep you company. Here, hurry up and get changed. Okay. I wonder what kind of like back he did, if it was lace up or zip up. And that's how I went from a Cupid Corp wedding dress to Ryuki's very own personal creation. But then, I found myself being tended to by Ryuki himself. He tied a ribbon onto my back. Ryuki, I can get changed by myself, you know. Sorry, but there's no way you could put on an entire wedding dress by yourself. This is true, depending on the dress. Besides, this dress is particularly complicated. As its creator, I'm the only one who can put it on properly. Just by looking in the mirror, it was clear that he wasn't wrong about that. I felt like the delicate lacework would easily tear if anyone else tried to mess with it. But I was still embarrassed showing him so much of my skin. I was wearing underwear, of course, but still. Knowing how I felt about him, I couldn't help but feel awkward in this situation. As I looked in the mirror, I locked eyes with an obviously blushing Ryuki. You don't have to be embarrassed. Okay, look, bro, like, it's embarrassing, okay? Like, it's super embarrassing. So, just, don't, let me be. Let me be. Sorry. I moved my hands in front of me as he adjusted the position of my hips. Why would... No, I don't know how that would help, per se, putting on the dress? As I felt his body against my back, I couldn't help but get embarrassed all over again. But despite the embarrassment, I was happy. It's so beautiful. I want a picture of this. Ryuki's dress was like everything out of a dream. I felt like he was turning me into a real princess. The dress glittered in the light and made a soft shuffling sound with every movement. He adjusted my hair, then added the veil. He also added a lovely necklace. Finally, he slipped the gloves onto my hands. It was almost as if he was putting on the wedding ring. Lovely. He whispered into my ear, and I looked up into the mirror. There I was, wearing his dress. I was wrapped in the gift he had made for me, and my heart filled with joy. In that moment, his feelings came through even more clearly than any words he could have spoken. The dress told me that he loved me. I placed a hand on my chest and turned around. Ryuki, thank you. We stared into each other's eyes. We both knew what was about to happen. He moved towards me and I closed my eyes, but then, the photographer. Miss Bug, are you ready yet? Oh, dude, bad timing! Like, what the heck? The photographer called in from outside the room, and I quickly took a step back from Ryuki. Ryuki just glared at the door, seemingly annoyed that his kiss had been interrupted. I guess we'll have to put that on hold for now. I just need one shot, maybe two at most. Please? He sounds desperate. What should we do? Ryuki laughed out loud. It's okay, I can wait. Besides, I want to show you off to the world wearing the dress I made for you. I mean, you better be in some patience with me, good sir. Show me off. As if to emphasize his possessiveness, he ran his finger across the ribbon on my back. This dress exists only for you. It's the only one of its kind in the world. And when they say it's not available anywhere else, everyone will know it's only meant for you. Ryuki laughed softly and pulled away from me. Well, let's go. With his usual slightly condescending smile, Ryuki took my hand. With each step, I heard the dress rustle slightly. We started the shoot again, now with me in the dress Ryuki made especially for me. I'm so glad this is turning out super happy. The rest of the shoot went off without a hitch. I got some really incredible shots in here. I'm gonna head back to the office now and start editing them right away. Thank you so much for your help today. We'll take things from here. Okay, thank you all for your hard work today. Excuse me. With the others gone, it was just me and Ryuki left in the wedding hall. The sun slowly continued to sink. Ooh, we're finally alone. With a tired sigh, Ryuki took my hand. We stood in front of the red tinted hall. Things were kind of hectic, but actually there was something I wanted to say when I gave you this dress. Will you marry me? I waited nervously for him to continue. He smiled and touched my cheek. I love you. Aww. Look, brah. I love you too. He whispered that, then stole a quick kiss. I remembered what Clarissa had said. That kissing made her feel like she was on fire. It was our shortest kiss by far, but the flames of fury, desire in my heart. But it flamed a fury, desire in my heart to be with him. I love you completely. My first love and my last. I cannot imagine ever loving anyone more than I love you. It's hoping it's just no, man. Ryuki. My first love and my last. I could tell that he really meant it. I felt it in his eyes and in the dress he made for me. Katie, please come with me. Ryuki held out his hand, a hand that had created so many wonderful clothes, a hand that said, I love you. I smiled and took his hand. With pleasure. When are you gonna tell him how you feel, madam? Making this man wait his whole life to know how you feel. Oh, how dare. That's not a pure white wedding dress! That's not a pure white wedding dress! It is a pretty wedding dress, though. Like, look at that. Like, look how pretty they look. Although, I will say, like, the designs kind of clash a little bit. because they're both so busy. But it's so cute! I can't even be upset that they kind of clash. Not exactly what I pictured it looking like, though. But that is okay. And we started running. Together, hands entwined, me in my wedding dress. Are you okay? Katie, you accepted something normal, but nothing in this game is normal. It's okay. Yeah! We ran as hard as we could, calling to each other. Everyone on the street stared at us. Oh look, the couple is so cute! Look how excited he is! But what's with the wedding dress? Is it some kind of photo shoot? Or maybe it's a romantic love affair. They're all looking at us. Ryuki, maybe we should change our clothes? Sorry, but there's no time. Grandmother said she'd be at Lost York Hotel at 5 o'clock. I looked at my watch and saw that it was in 10 minutes. We have to hurry. I knew just how strict Ryuki's grandmother was. Showing up late was absolutely out of the question. I pulled up my dress a bit and ran to keep up with Ryuki. Damn, where's a taxi when you need one? It's okay, I can run. Sorry, I wish I could just scoop you up and carry you the whole way. Aww! No, I don't want to be a burden. I want to run with you. Don't worry about me. Okay, then let's go. Okay. We squeezed our hands tightly and sprinted away. Everyone on the sidewalk stepped aside and watched us run away. Watch us run. We were on our way to meet Ryuki's grandma at Lost York Hotel. Is that it? What's happened to Cupid? Okay, I was like, if that's the ending, man. We made it. In the elevator, I asked Ryuki to fix my hair. Eventually, we arrived at the meeting place. Grandmother. Oh, hey, Ryuki! Over here! That's his sister! Sis, what are you doing here? You're his sister? Yep, that's me. Nice to meet you. And I'm here because I was worried about my little brother. What are you talking about? Where's grandmother? You're 30 seconds late, Ryuki. As a designer, surely you realize that time is always of the essence? Just then, a gray-haired woman appeared before us. Grandmother. It was Nori Kaizen, master designer behind the Kaizen label. The incredible strict mentor who taught Ryuki everything he knew about design. So, who's this young lady? She spoke quietly, but her gaze was surprisingly strong. Her eyes were like a loaded gun. Ryuki and I both made an effort to stand up tall and straight. Grandma, this is the woman I want to be my wife. So I'm sorry, but I won't be able to marry the woman you chose for me. Is that you? I love that dress you're wearing. Oh, is it her mom? No, it couldn't be. I turned and to see who'd just spoken, and there she was. Mom? My mom, the goddess of beauty, who had recently fled from Celestia Venus, stood before us. Mom? Huh? That's her mom? You're married? My darling Eros, how are you? Mom, what are you doing here? I thought you ran away from home. Wait, does that mean that the woman Ryuki's grandmother wanted him to marry is... It's me. He said I look like the perfect incarnation of beauty, so I figured why not. Anyway, are we having a party? Mom, you just followed along with no idea what was actually going on? Hey, Kimmy, how are you? I go wherever I want, whenever I feel like it. Mom struck her famous pose from was a Venus and hit us with a graceful smile. Just a second, Catherine. I thought you were specifically looking to get married. Oh, that? Well, I joined Cupid Corp to see what my daughter was up to. Oh, I knew she was Catherine! And to play the field a bit. It's true. You joined Cupid Corp? You can't be serious! Do you recognize this? Mom snapped her fingers and her appearance changed in an instant. Of course I recognized the woman standing there. It was Catherine Spade, a Cupid Corp member I knew very well. What, Mom? You were Catherine this whole time? It's a mother's duty to look after her daughter, you know. She snapped her fingers again and returned to her original form. All three Kaizen family members were taken aback by such a carefree attitude. What was that? Some kind of magic trick? Wait, so you're her mother? You're already married? I'm indeed her mother, but no, I am not legally married. After all, I'm a goddess. A goddess? Wait, are you some kind of fanatic like Rule? So you're what, a single mother? Where are you from anyway? Your accent is kind of strange. Oh, this is getting so entertaining. I'm from Celestia, of course. I've never heard of it. Well, that... Forget it, Ryuki. Explain to me exactly what's going on. The casual atmosphere suddenly tightened and went into grandmother's mode. Before that, let me ask you a question. In your eyes, what is her score? She gestured towards my mom, pushing Ryuki to give his opinion of her. Ryuki looked at her, then sighed softly. She's a perfect 100, of course. 100? Well, now, I assume that's a compliment. That's about the biggest compliment you could ever get. She was Venus, the goddess of beauty, so of course she would get a perfect score. The source of all beauty, charm incarnate. No other god could surpass her. But to me, this is still the most beautiful woman in the world. Ryuki squeezed my hand and gave his grandmother a radiant look. Grandmother, allow me to introduce Katybug. She was my advisor at Cupid Corp. As he said my name, I bowed lightly. When we first met, I wasn't interested in her at all. Her color was a mere DA536E. But the more time we spent together, the more beautiful her color became. Eventually, I realized I was in love. I could never love anyone more than her. So, grandmother, please give us your permission to get married. Ryuki, I'd never heard him sound so serious. She looked me over with a sharp, piercing gaze. No, not to me. She was looking at the dress. Despite interest. You made it? I did. I was inspired to create it especially for her. Especially for her. Her stern eyes were filled with judgment, but then she smiled, her entire face relaxed. Ryuki, you finally understood what it means to be a designer. Huh? Yeah, scary grandma indeed. She's intimidating, like. It's a very lovely dress. It deserves to be praised. But grandmother, this is a dress, something made for a woman. That's what he was about to say, but before he could, he pulled something out of her bag. Oh, she pulled something out of her bag. I saw that you put together a line of women's clothes. How? The catalogs were only available in my store. One of your staff is the son of one of my oldest friends. What? A friend, I see, so that's why he's the only one who never quit. Looking at these clothes and that dress, I could clearly understand your true feelings. I could see through any design that has no feelings, and up till now, nothing you've made contained anything like that. But these clothes convey a sense of concern for the wearer, a kindness and desire to create something good. Your skills have finally matured. I have nothing left to teach you. You're all on your own now. Huh? Ryuki gasped in surprise. His worry that she didn't have anything to say about his work disappeared in an instant. I showed her everything I designed as part of my brand, but still, nothing. She was always strict, but she still praised me when I did something right. So if she wasn't willing to say anything, that meant there was something fundamentally missing from my designs. I love it. I'm on my own? Do you know how long she's been worried about you? She thought you were too concerned with the Kaizen name. You've always been obsessed with proving that you were worthy of the Kaizen, have you not? That's the Kaizen name, the house he grew up in, and his strict grandmother. Whenever Ryuki talked about his own situation, he always seemed tight or in pain.
だって
But I'm a member of the Kaizen family. How could I go
計
against
算家の人間
what
だ
makes the Kaizen what it is? See, that's your problem, little brother. You take things too seriously. That's good sometimes, but you also need to relax and cut loose sometimes, like I do, you know? Ryuki's sister chuckled a little, and he sighed as he looked back at her.
姉さん
So at least you realize how carefree
いい
you
加
are.
減な自覚があるんだ
Well, you know, that's why I get so fed up with our cramped old-fashioned family and got myself married. Grandma's not the problem, you know. It's all those hard-headed aunts and uncles. All they ever do is gossip about mom.
まあ
Well,
そう
I
だ
guess
けど
that's
さ
true, but there are still
計算
things
家
that are
の家と
important
して
to the
大
entire
切
family,
な
right?
本
You
当
two really are complete opposites. If we could somehow cut you both in half and stitch them together, that'd be just about perfect. Ryuki, you were such an earnest child, and I never had to tell you anything more than once, but I think I was a little too hard on you. The tone of the Kaizen designer became the tone of a caring grandmother. She smiled softly. It wasn't until I saw the dress that I realized just how much you love women's clothes. I wish you told me earlier.
だって僕
But I'm a Kaizen, so I always thought that I shouldn't. What gave you that idea?
新年の
Whenever we had
集まり
family gatherings, like at New Year's, everyone would. Kaizen exclusively makes clothes for men, and I'm a member of that family. So of course I thought it was never an option, but Grandma just shook her head.
そう
I see. I had no idea people said those things to you. It makes me sad to hear that.
でも
But there's something the Kaizen family can't do. All that matters is whether it's good or not. Oh, there's nothing. Every outfit you ever showed me was influenced by Kaizen, but not in a good way. So as the founder of the Kaizen, I simply couldn't give you permission to take over. But within the perfect sense of color you possess, I knew you'd design something great one day. That's why I was so harsh. His grandmother sighed, then looked at my dress and smiled. Ryuki, I've always wanted to see what you truly like to design. That's not something you can lie to yourself about. Forcing yourself to create what you don't like never turns out well. Up until now, your designs have been full of pain. But this dress perfectly conveys your true feelings. It's so beautiful, I can't stop looking at it.
おばあ様
Grandmother,
リュウキ
listen Ryuki, from now on, I want you to live freely.
好きに生きて
Live your life the way you want to, just like that dress. His grip on my hand tightened slightly, and his eyes began to fill with tears.
好きに
The way I want. Ryuki looked at me.
じゃあおばあ様
Then does that mean I have your permission to marry her? Her permission doesn't matter. I would never do anything to hold you back. Huh? But Ryuki, probably thinking about how his beloved grandmother didn't approve his mother's marriage. What? Who said I didn't approve?
子供の頃
When I was a kid, all the other adults. That's not something anyone should talk about in front of their children. I was very harsh with her, it's true, but no, I wasn't against her marriage. It's just how things were between us. When her room was messy, when she didn't study for her exams, when she messed up with sliding doors.
障子を
Sliding doors. And yes, I did scold her for quitting design school in order to become a violinist, but she never listened to me anyways. So that's why she said she yelled at my mother more than others, but apparently it didn't make a difference.
でもそれは
It wasn't because she was a Kaizen. I scolded her as a mother because I was worried about her future. Yes, absolutely. Getting angry is just another way a mother shows her love. I totally get it.
と言っても私は
Of course, I never yelled at my darling Eros. I left that
それ
to
はあ
him.
の人の役目だったし
The him in this case being my dad. Oh, my sweet Mars. The strong, passionate arms, that scar over his eyes where I
情熱的
carved my
な
feelings. I miss him so much. That scar over his eye? Dad always told me he got that scar in battle. He mentioned it every single time he told one of his war stories. I did always think it was strange that the name of the battle changed every time he told them, so it was Mom who gave him that scar. They were quite the violent couple, apparently.
私を愛せるのは
Why is Parasite on all the dialogue boxes? I mean, the beginning of the game.
エロスその子と幸せになるのよ
I don't know, actually, why you put on all the dialogue boxes. I couldn't tell you. Design choice? Who knows how to love me? That's it, I'm going back to Celestia. Eros, I'm sure you two will be very happy together. She waved her hand, and just like that, my mom was gone. She used her divine power to return home without a second thought. She really was a free spirit. She disappeared? So that lovely lady really was a magician? Sure. Explaining everything would have taken too long, so I just went along with it. Looks like your mother is just as carefree as mine, and my sister here. Ryuki smiled and laughed gently. I always just listen to the adults around me and assume grandmother would yell at me. I feel so stupid. She was strict, but she never forced me to do anything. I see now that she always respected my feelings. He spoke softly, almost to himself, then smiled again. He looked refreshed, as if all his old concerns had fallen away. Okay, grandmother, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to marry her. Smiling wider than ever, Ryuki gripped my hand tight. And if you'll allow it, I'd like to make a woman's clothing line for Tyson. Because I love you and I love my mother and I'm a proud member of the family. All of my favorite clothes from the Tyson, so it would be an honor to add my own line. That's the future I want. That's what I want to be free to do. Ryuki's grandma smiled at him, clearly overjoyed. This is so sweet! She said she'd be thrilled if he started his own line under their label. Yay! His wish came true! A snowy day proposal. And that, my dear lovely butterflies, is where we will call this episode. We will continue this next time. Well, I'll probably actually finish this off stream, if I'm being honest. Oh, is it full? Did I max it out? That doesn't matter. I'll just do save over this one. This is all Ryuki's route anyways. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm gonna go see who's streaming real quick so I can raid out, because I like to, raid and share the love. Oh gosh, this game is so much fun. I literally love it. Love it. So are they trying to stream? Oh wow, there's a lot of people streaming today. So many options. What is... Oh, I don't know who we're gonna stream. We're gonna raid a friend of mine who, doesn't stream often. What if I typed in raid? I always forget to type. As always, remember to eat some food, get some sleep, and drink some water, because you are important and so is your health. I will catch you guys in the next episode. Just do bug, love, raid. Have a good night. Bye-bye.